Hello, what's going on?
Nothing much, nothing much. Um, Hi all, hi all. This is just going to be a really quick, rapid recap of a very boring episode of Southern Charm. Okay,
Yeah,
so
this
eh,
season,
it's just maybe you thought something different.
I didn't. I saw the
Oh,
same boring people I always see. And
okay.
Danny, I'm like, if this is going to be Danny's storyline, I can need her to go away. I
At one
mean,
point, I was
her
just shocked
being,
that she was a painter. I would have rather see that.
oh, that would be awesome. I want to see her like be more than like the group therapist or try to be the group therapist. And I want to see her more than just being upset because someone's not talking to her.
Hey, Black Lavender. Yeah, like because she's not good at being the group's therapist, obviously, and I don't know why
Right.
she's always trying to be friends with someone who obviously doesn't want to be her friend, meaning Catherine.
I, I mean, I think it's more. I think what it is, it's more. It's not that she doesn't want to be her friend. I think it's more that Leva is a more advan- advantageous friend at this point in time,
Well, at least
in my
Leva
opinion.
is reciprocating friendship, whereas all she gets is ignored by Catherine. Quite honestly, I would have told her f off a long time ago.
Right. I mean, Catherine has never really been the best consistent friend through the seasons that we've seen.
But she doesn't know how to be.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't.
Right. But
Um. Okay. So I one part that I did think was interesting, other than who was it? Craig got no, it was Austin who got sick.
right,
Um.
Austin got sick.
But Madison, like his Madison. Well, hold
Hmm.
on. The two MVPs of this show was Madison 1 and Madison 2.
Yes. Agreed. I want to see more of Madison too. I like her a lot. I think she. I think she. I think
Yes.
she can bring something. I think she could bring a little something. I'm like, I want more of her. Like, can we like shuttle out
Yes.
Danny and bring in Madison too more?
Yeah, because I could
I like
see
her a lot.
Madison 2, who's the person that works at Gwen's, where Catherine used to work. I
Right,
could see her and Leva like really bringing a different perspective to this show.
right. Madison too seems very level-headed, very thoughtful. I'm like,
Mhm.
why aren't we seeing more of you? Why do we gotta deal with her?
And calls a spade a spade. Like she says it how it is. And I like that
Right, she doesn't
because
care.
yeah, well, not only that, she wanted to clarify the record. Like, I think a lot of people thought this was like me. I thought it was all about the emoji that was sent. But when she broke it down and showed Catherine's motivation and what she was saying online, and that it seems like she knew who she was saying it to, and that defeats the purpose of you saying,
Hmm.
I didn't know what the emoji meant. Yeah, and I
Right,
like the fact, like, I would go and shop at Gwen's now. I can't afford anything, but I can go and window shop at Gwen's because at least they stand by what they mean. If they rehire her a couple months down the road from now, I'm gonna have a problem with that. But right now, they okay.
right. I mean, there's no point in being hiring her because she doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
If we're being
Oh
honest, like she. What's
no,
up?
go ahead.
No, I mean, like, Catherine really didn't do anything there anyway. To me, I think it's just for
Well,
her to have something to do.
Catherine hasn't done anything since season 1 where she was having sex with all of the boys on this cast. Let's just be honest.
Well, like that is true. I mean, that really, really is true.
Mm-hmm.
No lies were told there. I mean, still her. I mean, yeah, with her, like your best moment shouldn't be you running down the bridge barefoot after Thomas. That's still all I really
Yeah,
remember her for. Is that
yeah,
that and sleeping with all the male on the show at the time.
yeah.
and then being mad when one denies you.
Oh my God. So then Madison won, who's with Austin, sort of, not really. Um, I like the come to Jesus moment she had with her mom and her sister. They were like,
Oh,
"Why
they were
are
great.
you with him? Like he's holding you back." I was like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh my. Oh, oh, sorry.
You okay?
Yeah, it was a sneeze. I thought I was gonna sneeze and then it went away. um, let's see. And Austin's parents, his mom was drilling into him too. And
Mm-hmm.
she also said, I don't think you two, what did she say? She doesn't think that they were like good together.
Right. He's just
And
not.
what
He's not there yet.
I don't understand why she wants Austin. Like, I have yet to see chemistry between these two.
I
She's
think she
looking
just
for a
saw him
husband
as.
and he's looking for a lay. It's like two totally different things.
I think she thought he was had more depth than Shep. I think she just wanted to see more than what was there, and then got let down. So now she's thinking like, is he really holding me back? Which I think yes, because she's ready to move forward. He just seems to be one of staying in that realm. Like he will work in spurts, and that for her that doesn't work because she wants someone that's going to be consistently working, consistently building, not building in spurts.
But then I don't understand if Madison obviously has issues with Austin. There's been a strain put on their relationship due to the virus. And yet she's still throwing a birthday, like who does a birthday party during the Rona? But yeah, she's doing a birthday party for him, which I think more than 5 or 10 people, like how she told her mom, is going to show up. Why? And then I think it really hit home for her when Austin calls her to say that he got sick, and she's like,
Right,
we were just hanging out, you put not only me but my son at risk.
right.
I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back for her. He's not responsible.
No, he's not. He can go too. Him and
Oh,
Jenny can go together. But I'm
um
glad she's finally getting like I'm not the biggest fan of her, but I'm glad
mhm.
she's starting to see like look, he's just not it. It is what it is. I need to move on. So I'm glad for that.
Do you think she did some fiddling and the diddling with Pringle during the COVID?
I wouldn't put it past them both. Because
Mm,
to go from like Austin's my dude, like blah 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 to this, but she's always been complimenting Pringle, so this is not nothing. This is not a surprise.
okay,
This is
all
not a
right. Because
surprise.
I,
She's
I,
always
I,
complimenting him.
I thought I sensed a little attitude shift in the direction of the
I mean,
Pringlemeister.
no, she's always complimented him. She's like, oh, he's cute, or she said, like, like with the whole Austin situation, like she's like, like he's really, really nice. She's always complimented him. So that's not
Okay,
a shift. It's more just Austin's just making her mad.
okay. But speaking of Pringle, I was so glad to see that he got to get like when the boys were supposed to come to him in March for spring break, they couldn't. So he went out there and he spent weeks with them. And then he came back. And now he's got them for the summer. And he seems like a really nice dad. I wish they would show more of that side of him. But where is he living? Like that house looked raggedy.
I don't know where he's
Ugh.
living. Probably one of the old family homes they owned. But yeah, it was just I wish they would show more of him being a dad, but that's neither here nor there. I'm like the whole show just as a whole is boring. I mean, even like the quote unquote big to do was boring. I'm like this show's just a mess this season.
Oh, wait. I'm just looking at my notes here, right? And I'm looking at the note that I made when they went to the meeting in the park, Leva and Danny, and the other ladies that were with them. One of the ladies said, which really hurt my heart, that she refuses to use the last name of Calhoun because her family was owned by Catherine's ancestor. Like, that was
Mm,
hurtful.
yeah, that was one of like I
Ah,
was like, oof.
because she said it
That's
at the
just because
part where there was a speaker saying the Calhoun family owned my family for generations. I was like, oh my God.
right.
There's a lot of wounds to heal in this country.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of wounds to heal, but it's how do I say this? Like, you just need to get this out, get the shock over with it, own up to it,
yeah,
and try to make amends and move forward differently. Like,
exactly,
we could do this.
Ex-
I don't see why it's so
exactly.
hard.
It's
Ugh.
because people. I think I think people just have been used to not acknowledging it, like not openly acknowledging for so long. Um, I'll say the majority of people have been not willing to acknowledge it for so long, but now they're just pretty much all out there, all in the open. Now some people want to be shocked. It's like, well, just those of us who are people of color, it's not a shock. It's not
I don't
shock to.
know.
I think it's not a shock to us. It's more a shock to society as a whole. So I think society in and of itself has to be shocked in order for the country to really move forward. That's just my perspective.
But I'm officially done with Catherine. Because did you hear, like when they were talking about somebody telling her about taking down her ancestor's statue out of the park, and she said, "I don't care. It's ugly." What?
Yeah, yeah.
I just
Like, yeah,
can't
officially not watching
accept
you.
her behavior anymore. It's time for you to grow up. You have two kids. You need to, like, just watch your words. I don't know. She's
Exactly.
frightening in her ignorance and her lack of empathy and her lack of understanding of what's going on around her. She's frightening. Wow. God bless her and her
Yeah, I think
children.
she really needs to. Yeah, she really needs to like really read some books, re-educate herself on these social issues, and then come back with more depth of knowledge in regards to these issues. I think that's her main issue. She needs to want to learn about them first. That's going to be the biggest step.
Mm,
That's going to be her biggest challenge. Like she needs to want to learn about these issues and really take them in and understand what part her family played in in particular issues. Own it, understand it, move on from it.
yeah. Oh, and
So,
I have a note here. Like, Craig's pillow business actually had a deal with, what was it, HSN? Who knew? Like, did
something
you
like that.
say
Yeah,
that to me before? You told me that?
I don't think it was me. I don't think it was me. But
I
yeah, it was
was
when
I was
he had to deal with
pleasantly surprised.
HSN. Yes, but I think Patricia being shady. I think she's just upset because she wanted like she believed in Craig like from the beginning, but he never followed through on the deadline she would set, so
Mhm.
she couldn't go into business with them. And now that now she's seen the pillow, she's like they look cheap. I was like,
You know, I
oh,
took that
let me
comment for what it was. Mhm,
right. I'll answer Dr. Tua's question. So,
mhm,
Dr. Tua, from my perspective, Catherine really needs to go back, read over her family's history,
mhm.
um, take in how what they played into it, understand it, maybe have a conversation with a friend or acquaintance of color, get their perspective, take time to herself, reflect on it, and then openly acknowledge like exactly what she's learned and like how her family really like played a part into some of the social issues. That's just from my perspective. That's the way I would go about it because I think
See,
anytime, but
mm, I don't think that will work. With any other normal,
I
rational
know.
human being, I think it would work. But remember in the first season when they went to the Calhoun plantation and they were like she was taking them on a tour and she just casually said, "Oh yeah, and right over there is a slave graveyard. And over here we have the stable." It was just a casual, well, there you go. Like she was Vanna White on the Wheel of Fortune or something. I think
Agreed.
she
I remember that. I
knows
was just
what
like,
her family
no.
no, I think she knows what her family has done and she just doesn't care. So there's no
I can
helping
go with that.
someone like her. I just don't.
Catherine was working at Gwen's, but as far as I think she has family money that she lives off of. Excuse me, I think Catherine doesn't Catherine live off trust funds?
I
Is that what her job
I
is? Living off of
think
trust funds?
no. And here's why I say that. Because she was so gung ho to get the Ravenel purse. I think she might have gotten a small little something from her granddad, and she just got a small
Hmm.
little something from her mom who recently passed, which was something that she got from Catherine's granddad as well, including the townhome in which she's now living in. But I don't think that the Dennis or the Calhoun money has stretched as far down to Catherine as she would like us to think.
Gotcha.
I think she's living off of like when they go and they do the detox tea things on
Hmm.
Instagram and stuff like that, and she wears something and
Hmm.
wears a pair of sunglasses and gets some change for that. I think she
Influencer.
does that.
Oh, influencer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know the real name. That's what I think she's getting,
Okay. I
and
can
then
see
of
that.
course child support from Thomas because I'm sure he's generous.
Okay. That makes
Hmm.
sense. That makes total sense though. Cause I was like, hey, outside working at Gwen, I didn't know.
Because and another reason why I say this was her mother trying to focus her on marrying well. There's not that much focus in marrying well unless there is a financial incentive behind it.
Well, I disagree because from my understanding, what the way it works is wealthy families tend to only want to marry other wealthy families to keep the money within the top 10%. So
Hmm.
it's marrying into other wealthy families is a good way to keep to build your if you're like of a maybe like you have less wealth is a way to build your wealth while keeping the wealth within the wealthy.
Right.
So
And
I
at
think with
one
them
time,
they were big on
no, go ahead, go ahead.
no they were really big on Catherine marrying into an old Southern family to keep the
Hmm.
lineage going and to keep the
Right.
money going. So
Right. Hmm. And I
so
think,
that's from what I understand with Southern families that's a really really big thing.
hmm,
You know that's the way kind of society works a little bit. The wealthy want to
hmm,
keep the money within the wealthy, so it kind of keeps a tight rein. Like make sure the balance of power or whatever power is there doesn't like spread too far out. So
hmm.
it's more of a control thing, and it
I
makes sense when you think
still
about it.
I still think I still think that there's a financial incentive there for Catherine. And here's why. Who's to say that that Calhoun money or that Dennis money has filtered down to her? Like, what if it went to First Sons or something like that? See what I
Oh,
mean?
gotcha. I mean,
Because Catherine's
no,
mother,
no, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Like I don't know where the family tree goes, whether it's maternal or paternal or what. But there was a heavy emphasis for
True.
her to marry well. And it just seemed
Right. I
like
think that's just more of a.
mhm,
I think also what it also could be with the daughters to marry well is to actually build the family's wealth. Like for example,
mhm,
remember Kim and Kyle's mom wanted her daughters to marry well. Big Kathy wanted their
mhm.
daughters, you marry rich and you get pregnant and you have babies, and that's to build their families. That's to build their family profile and their money.
Mhm.
So take it like say if you have three sons and three daughters, just 50-50. The three sons will already have the money, but then you want the three daughters to marry well to build your family's wealth by way of marriage.
Mhm. No, I totally agree. Totally agree. Uh, you know what? I felt bad for Danny before, but Danny needs to wake up now. I like this
Yeah,
has to be the final straw for Danny because it
exactly.
can't be driven home any more clearer than it was in that last episode that I don't even think Catherine likes Danny, to be quite honest. Not the way how
Only
she
when no one
treats
else. I think no. I think Catherine likes Danny when no one else likes Catherine. I think that's what Danny's for. That's just
but
my opinion.
then she has to realize she's just a friend of convenience and not a genuine friend.
I think I think Danny's starting to realize that now
The hell took her so long? Oh my god.
because she's kind of like to see the she kind of sees she's kind of optimistic with people. She gives everyone a chance, benefit of the doubt. Like, isn't she friends with Madison now too? So
Wait, which
I
Madison?
mean, if you could, Madison won.
Oh, oh, she
So
is.
yeah, yeah, I think they're cool. So I mean, they got dressed together for Chef's party. So if she can, so if
Oh
Danny can get past
yes,
that, she can get past anything. That's just
you're
Danny.
right.
She just sees the good in people. So yeah,
I don't know.
I think that was the episode for me. I mean, I have nothing
Yeah,
else with that episode. I was just like, really, I'm mad at all
yeah.
y'all right now.
Well, that is the end of our rapid recap.
Yep.
We'll hope to see you guys later at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern, because we will be digging into Real Housewives of Vancouver. Can you tell I just had a brain fart? I'm sorry. Yeah,
It's all
Real
right.
Housewives of Vancouver, Season 1, Episode 1. Let the games begin. I'm so excited.
Welcome to Canada. I
Yes.
mean, I was entertained. I'll say that I was
Yes.
entertained.
And
So
I already
yeah.
have a shady favorite. I have a slutty
Oh,
favorite and a shady favorite.
I mean, for me, if we're going off episode, it has to be for me. Ooh, it has to. I know the professional. That's Christina. That's obvious.
Oh my God,
Jody pretty much
yes.
called her that. I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
ouch. And then Jody, she's shady, but she's just like mean. And Ronnie's
Mm-hmm.
mean too.
Ronnie is
Ronnie's like,
mean.
yeah, Ronnie's
But
mean. I understand she's trying. She thinks okay. She's that person who thinks she's funny, but she's mean.
mhm.
She doesn't get that she's not funny. So
But does she only
we'll
target
go ahead.
that on Mary though? Does she only target like her barbs to Mary?
We've only seen it's only one episode, so we'll have
Yeah,
to see down the road. I think Ronnie is frustrated that Mary is still sleeping with the ex who cheated on her.
gross.
That's
I'd be
why
frustrated with her too.
that's why Ronnie's frustrated. So I can't
All
wait
right.
to break this episode down.
Sweet, me too. So I'll see you back in like an hour and a half, right?
Like an hour and a half.
I
Yep.
think. Yeah. All right,
All right.
guys. Thanks for tuning in for our little rapid recap. Talk to you soon.
Bye.